So welcome to our quick vote by mail update webinar today from VPIRG. I think we're going to start by just introducing ourselves. I will go first. My name is Kate Lapp, and I am the Government Reform Associate and Project Coordinator here at VPIRG. I've been on staff for a while now, since last fall, and have been working on this issue almost exclusively since COVID hit and we started work from home. And I'm really excited today to talk about what changes have been made and where things are headed. And next I'll turn it over to Miss Lilli Platt.
Hi, I'm Lily. I'm a senior at Harwood Union High School in Duxbury, Vermont. I'll be going to Middlebury College this fall, and I'm an organizer for the Vermont Youth Lobby, which is a grassroots coalition of young people from across the state working in partnership with our legislators, community members, nonprofits, and other organizations to affect the change younger generations are demanding. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. It's so great to be here and to be working on important issues like this with you and other awesome youth leaders across the state. So I'm going to start by giving just kind of a quick recap of how we ended up where we are today. And then Lily's going to talk a little bit more about what's going on with youth organization and the youth perspective on this issue. And then we'll kind of share some closing remarks and answer any questions that anyone watching might have. So in late March, shortly after the COVID pandemic shut everything down in the state of Vermont, the House and Senate passed into law Act 92, which among other things created a provision where the Secretary of State, in agreement with the governor, could do what is necessary to have safe elections in the state of Vermont in response to COVID. While the legislation doesn't mandate any particular approach, it did include in the suggestions voting by mail, which means mailing every registered voter in the state of Vermont a ballot. It included ballot drop-off boxes, drive-through ballot collection. It waived the signature requirement for candidates to get on the ballot. It addressed many other parts of government as well, but today we're focused on the elections part. And so since that law was enacted on March 30th, the governor and secretary of state have been in negotiations for a while trying to decide how best to safely execute elections. And here at VPIRG, we've been very clear that we believe that it is time for us to mail every registered voter in the state of Vermont a ballot in 2020. We also understand the importance of in-person options, and at no point in the conversation has anyone really strongly suggested that in-person voting won't be available. So that is still a critical part of this project. In addition, we're also asking for a massive public outreach campaign, which is necessary to inform folks about these changes in order for everyone to be safely participating in the democratic process. Because every time we create barriers and obstacles to voting, more and more folks become disenfranchised, and often it's the most vulnerable who are left out first, which is why we think it's really important that everyone have access to the ballot in the most accessible way possible. Returning your ballot, you have a lot of options with vote by mail. You can mail it in, you can bring it in, you can have a person in your household bring it in for you. And we think it's a really great opportunity because frankly, we don't know what the future holds. We don't know if there will be a second wave in Vermont, and we don't have time to delay this decision any longer. It's really important not only for the public to understand their options and how elections will work in the state, but it's also really important for groups like ours, advocacy groups who work to inform folks about how to safely vote. We need time to do the education and outreach it takes for everyone to participate in our democracy. So to that end, after several months of kind of back and forth between the governor and Secretary of State, it's now May 26th when the Senate Committee on Government Operations decided to take up this issue once again in the interest of clarity and public safety and push forward a new bill which will remove the in agreement clause from Act 92, giving the Secretary of State the authority he needs to move forward for the sake of clarity, participatory, and most importantly, safe elections in November, because nobody should have to choose between exercising their right to vote and feeling safe and healthy. So with that, I would love to hear a little more from Lily about what's been going on with the youth perspective.
Thanks, Kate. This is such important work. And for me and thousands of other Vermonters, this is going to be the first time I have the chance to vote. And I'm really excited. But that doesn't mean I don't want to put anyone at risk by casting my ballot. So I was really excited to be a part of a letter a fellow youth lobby organizer put together from over 120 young Vermonters from over 34 schools, calling on Governor Scott and the legislature to do the right thing and to move forward with vote by mail. We need to move forward now so that we can educate young people and all Vermonters about how to vote safely. And I know a lot of people want to protect the tradition of in-person voting, but 30% of voters in Vermont already vote early or vote by mail. And for my generation, we don't have that tradition. The best way to protect Vermonters and to protect democracy in Vermont is to mail Vermonters their ballots. And I, along with many youth organizers from around the state, will continue to pressure the legislature to do the right thing.
Awesome. That's really exciting to hear and really important. And here at VPIRG, we've done some similar work. Like, we started a petition that a ton of amazing coalition partners that we've been working with on this issue have joined onto, and it's calling on Governor Scott, Secretary of State Kondos, and now the legislature to mail every voter a ballot, keep safe in-person options available for folks who need it, and to do public outreach and education about this issue. We also have a Vote Safe pledge, which you can take, saying that you plan to vote safely in 2020 in whatever way is best for you. But I think the last thing that you mentioned, Lilli, is the most important one. Right now, we expect the Senate to be voting on this bill in their chamber as early as by the end of the week. And the time is right now. We need everyone to be contacting their state senators, their House members too, but especially this week, your state senators. Please reach out to them. Please email them and call them and tell them that we need safe elections in 2020. And there's no way we can get from 30% of folks voting by mail, which is about our current ratio, to closer to 90%, which is our goal for safety, or more. And there's no way we get there without mailing everyone a ballot. This is a proven system that works, and 5 states already have been doing it for a couple years. And we think it's really time for us to take this action. So if you would like to join us in calling on your elected officials to enact this smart, safe policy now, please join us. The link is vpirg.org/safe-election. So please, please, please email your state senators and House members today.